In this video, I just wanted to go over how to identify market maker models more efficiently, because I know that when I first learned market maker models, it was hard to identify exactly the pattern. And I was saying to myself a lot, is this a market maker model or is this one the market maker? Like, it doesn't look exactly like the photos that everyone else shows. So I'm going to solve that problem, right? Since I've just released a market maker model video, and I'm already making a part two to that where it's going to cover some more in-depth and, you know, more detailed fundamentals. Some of them aren't necessarily needed, but they're more just nice to haves, because if you see them in price when you're trading, it's just extra confluence. So the easiest way to find market maker models is you just go on a higher time frame. So anything more than the hourly, I'd suggest 1, 2, 3, 4 daily, whatever. And you just look for any high or any low. So this is present day price, right? Like 4th of July low. So you look for any high or low that's been taken. So I'm just going to say, look, this low got taken, right? I could have said, look, this high got taken. I could have said, look, this high got taken here. Whatever you choose, it doesn't matter, right? They're all the same. This low that got taken. Now I want to search for the highest high it made between them 2 points, which is here. And then you want to go to the lower time frame. So let's go to like the 1 minute, let's say. And we're going to look for in here. This is our market maker model. So it's going to be this here to this sell side. Now, let's just refine the time frames to see what looks most clean. Because if you're on the 1 minute, it's going to look a bit too messy. Like, do you see what I mean? There's too many candles. It's hard to make out. So we're just going to refine it till it looks cleaner. There is no correct time frame. They all show the exact same stuff. Now, this looks fine. So, you can clearly see you've got your area of consolidation. There's a little bit in here. Definitely sell side. It's engineering liquidities because it's staggering lows. It's not sweeping lows to then go higher. It's staggering them. We end up touching our higher time frame point of interest, probably in here somewhere. We get, if we go on to a lower time frame, maybe a 15-minute confirmation. So, this could have been your confirmation. Inverse is here. We touch back into the breaker. You can see that this is also your reclaimed order block zone. Don't forget, if you watch the last video, you'll see how important they are to hold in price. You can see also, like, once it closes below this one here, um, we respect it and continue lower right into sell side. And so these are reasons why, let's say, this is a good example now, especially from last video. So if you haven't seen that, I do suggest watching that, even if you're advanced, because I shared some really good stuff that I've never really heard anywhere else, right? So once this drops below here with a close, you might think, look, we've got this buy side here. Maybe price wants to sweep some of these highs out before it drops lower. But that's not the case, because it might need to leave these highs for when it wants to come up into the buy curve again, potentially, depending on your higher time frame. And then also, there's our rejection block. I mean, not rejection block, our reclaimed order block, which it does respect and continues lower. So it might wick through this to take highs, but it definitely won't close, or it shouldn't. Now, that's just one example. We'll do it again. And I'll show you it's random, right? I haven't prepared this. This is not cherry picked. Random chart. Look, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Okay, look here. This looks okay. So we take a high here. The lowest low we made. It's a bit messy because there's a gap. So maybe we won't use this, but let's just see. It might be okay. So let's refine it a bit more. There's too many candles. 30-minute looks okay. We could use this, yep. So sometimes it's not going to look exactly like how it should, but here's your buy side, your first stage of distribution. We touch back into an array, we drop lower, we get our maybe SMT from the gap. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is SMT because I remember this day. We get our distribution higher, back above our CISD, these candles. So this is our confirmation higher. We create displacement, which equals fair value gaps, giving you more confirmation. This is your first stage This is your first reclaimed OB, which we respect. This is your second OB. Look at how we respect this one. All the way until we take buy side. You've got your stages of accumulation in here. And yeah, this is a fairly decent market maker model. I thought it would be more messy. We'll do one more just to prove the point. So any random high or low, maybe let's go back a little bit more. So I don't know, let's look at, okay, we could look at this. So we've got a low here that gets taken, because I'll show you buy and sell models. And so the highest high that was made in that is there. I just want to put the replay tool on it. Let's see, can we go on the 5? We can. Oh, this is a Newswick high. We could still use it, but it's not going to be as clean as we'd like. Just thinking, okay, this looks okay. So you've got your sell side first stage of accumulation, swept the lows, displacement higher. Maybe there's SMT on these highs, maybe, or maybe there's not. And so this is just your higher time frame point of interest. And maybe there's SMT inside of these highs. And so this could potentially be, if there was SMT, your CISD, so if that's your trade entry, that's your trade entry. Depending on, if it did or not, doesn't matter. We start dropping, we give our stages of distribution lower. Once we close below, let's refine it a bit more. I guess that will do. But once we close below here, you can see that we respect it till we drop lower and take sell side. And so that's it. I'm only going to show 3 examples in this video, but this is like the best way to go through and test market maker models. In fact, we'll do one more cheeky market maker model. Look, we'll do this one in here. Maybe we can get no, it's too many wicks, right? We'll do one more, and let's choose this. This looks good. You can just tell with how it looks and its forms. So the lowest low it made is here between them 2 points, or the lowest or the highest high if it was the opposite market maker model. Now let's drop to a lower time frame, the 3-minute. 3-minute looks okay actually. So now let's use the 5. You can see we've got our stages of distribution, consolidation. We'll respect these PD arrays as we drop lower. We've got our market structure shift, CISD, that's happening. We've got, this one's a good one because we've got inverses happening and fair value gaps happening. So at this point, without it taking that high, that's good confluence for a long. Look how interesting this gets, because this is your reclaimed OB. Look at how it respects this. Obviously, literally, this isn't cherry picked. I've just drawn this now. So your reclaimed OB is always like the lowest low it makes in that. So you could use that, but it's kind of like time frame distortion in a way, because you can see how this is the full OB candles leg, but on the 15-minute it only shows it up to here. So you see what I mean? It's kind of like time frame distortion. It's a weird concept, but look, we respect midpoint, and we continue to trade higher up to buy side. So I use these reclaimed OBs a lot, and I don't really hear anyone or anyone else talking about how important these are for market maker models, but it's helped me so much. Now, I hope that's helped you. Like I said, I'm working on a part 2 for market maker models. I'm going to make a power of 3 video that's like really in depth to getting some really good juice on, premium or discount entries, and I hope this helped. So I'll see you in the next video. Peace.